This procedure will assist you with installing the LOCKLY Vision deadbolt lock set. To complete this installation, you will need a Phillips head screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, and a ruler. Prep the door if necessary. The cross bore hole must be 2 1/8 inches in diameter. The edge bore hole must be 1 inch in diameter. The backset should be 2 3/8 or 2 3/4 inches. Determine the backset by measuring the distance between the center of the cross bore hole to the edge of your door. The deadbolt, J, has a default setting of 2 3/4 inches, 70 millimeters. If the backset needs to be adjusted, first extend the bolt by moving the crank towards the face plate. Note, a flathead screwdriver may be used to turn the cam slot to extend the bolt. Adjust the backset to 2 3/8 inches, 60 millimeters, by rotating the bolt in the bolt face plate counterclockwise, and pushing in. Insert the deadbolt into the edge bore hole. Make sure that the deadbolt is right side up. Fasten it to the door with 2 screws, K. Before you peel off the covers on the adhesive strips, check the exterior assembly alignment to your door hole and deadbolt. Before placing the exterior assembly on the door, make sure the torque blade is in the vertical position. Peel the film off the adhesive strips, E, on the exterior assembly, B. Make sure the deadbolt is extended. Place the exterior assembly on the door while inserting the torque blade into the vertical slot of the deadbolt and guide the cable through the cross bore hole under the deadbolt. Check the mounting plate alignment to your door hole before you peel the covers off of the adhesive strips. Peel the film off of the adhesive strips, E, on the mounting plate, D. Place the mounting plate on the interior side of the door. Guide the cable through the opening near the bottom. The mounting plate should be placed such that the torque blade is in the center of the circular opening. Visually check the alignment of the mounting plate through the screw holes on either side of the circular opening. Route the cable through the slit connected to the circular opening. Without using any tools, insert 2 screws, F, into the holes on either side of the torque blade. Carefully turn the screws by hand clockwise to catch the threads correctly. Turn the screws counterclockwise and make sure they are not cross-threaded and turn smoothly. Repeat if necessary and use caution. Once the screws have been inserted correctly, make 5 turns clockwise by hand. Tighten the 2 screws, G, until the exterior assembly and mounting plate are secured to the door. After securing the mounting plate, use the keys, A, to ensure the deadbolt locks and unlocks smoothing without any binding. Do not forget to take out the key before the next step. Note, leave the deadbolt in the locked position before removing the key. The LOCKLY Vision comes with a pre-installed door sensor consisting of 2 parts. Make sure you install the door sensors on a clean and dry surface. Gently wipe down the surface of your door and door frame before installing these pieces. Note, this step is only for preparation purposes, do not install the door sensor at this time. The wired and door sensors need to be as close to level as possible. If needed, use the foam pads to adjust the wired sensor. Note, this step is only for preparation purposes, do not install the wired sensor at this time. If your door has a 2 3/8 inches backset, remove the wired sensor excess, E, as shown. The wired sensor is already set up for a right swing door. If you have a left swing door, you will need to move the wired sensor to the other side of the interior assembly. Note, you have the option to remove the wired sensor by gently pulling the connector from the circuit board. Some functionality will be lost, such as the real-time open and close door status. This step is only for preparation purposes, Do not install the wired sensor at this time. Feed the cable into the interior assembly, G, and plug in the small cable connectors, X and Y, together as shown. Ensure that the red side of the plug matches up with the red side of the socket. Make sure the connector is securely fixed to the socket. Tuck the cable under the hook as shown. Note, do not touch any of the pins inside the cables with your fingers. Before placing the interior assembly up against the mounting plate on the inside of the door, ensure the thumb turn is vertical. Place the interior assembly up against the mounting plate. Make sure the torque blade is inserted into the thumb turn. Secure the interior assembly to the mounting plate using 2 screws, H. Place the ribbon and insert 3 included AA batteries into the inside row of the battery compartment. Press and hold the program button while installing the fourth battery until you hear a beep from the LOCKLY. The keypad screen will start and initiate the self-check to determine if your LOCKLY is a left open or right open door. Manually lock and unlock the door by using the thumb turn and key to make sure the deadbolt moves smoothly. If you feel like there is a tight tension while you are turning, it means that the lock may not have been installed straight. You will need to click here and go back to the step where you installed the deadbolt. Swipe your hand across the touchscreen keypad, the lock will close. If the deadbolt bounces and unlocks automatically, it means the lock has been installed incorrectly without the deadbolt extended and with the torque blade inserted vertically. Click here to return to the steps where the deadbolt was installed. Once you have completed the self-check, install the remaining 4 batteries. Install the battery cover, I, to the interior assembly and fasten the battery cover screw. Make sure you have cleaned and wiped down the door. Remove the film from the back of the wired sensor, P, and attach it to the edge of the door. Close the door. Before you peel off the film and place the sensor magnet, align the arrow to the arrow on the wired sensor. Note, the arrows must be aligned or as close as possible, less than 3/4 of an inch. Use the foam pads if needed to make sure the sensors are properly lined up. Check the alignment by opening and closing the door. The LOCKLY logo should blink red when the door opens or closes. Peel off the film on the back of the sensor magnet and install it onto the door frame. Complete the installation by securing the dust box, N, and the strike plate, L, to the door jamb using 2 screws, K. Do not lose the activation card, V. Treat it like your driver's license, as it is the only thing you will have to identify ownership of your lock. Please store this card in a safe place, as this is required to set up your LOCKLY Vision. The activation code will be required if you lose your smartphone or access code. Without this code, you will not be able to reset your lock. If you are missing the card, please contact us immediately. The following steps will assist you with setting up the Vision Connect hub. Before connecting the hub, download the LOCKLY app on your smartphone. You will need to make the connection between the hub and the lock. In the LOCKLY app, open the menu in the top left and select Set up a new device. Select the LOCKLY Vision from the available list of locks to set up and follow the step-by-step instructions for connecting the hub. When prompted on a future step, make sure you can scan the small QR code located on the side or bottom of the Vision hub to pair the hub with the lock. Follow these guidelines when choosing a location for the hub. Ensure that the TF card that comes pre-installed with the Vision Connect is properly inserted as shown. Plug in one end of the included 1-foot LAN cable, S, to the nearest Wi-Fi router and the other end into the Vision Connect hub. Plug in one end of the power cord to the Vision Connect, and the other end into the plug. Insert the plug into a wall outlet. Note, it will take 2 minutes for the Vision Connect to self-calibrate. You are ready to connect the LOCKLY Vision to your smartphone with the LOCKLY app once the red LED turns on and the yellow LED starts blinking. If you haven't downloaded the LOCKLY app yet, please download the LOCKLY app from the correct app store. After you have created an account, launch the app and select Set up a new device. Important, if you're an existing LOCKLY app user, ensure that you have updated your LOCKLY app firmware to the latest version before connecting the LOCKLY Vision. Launch the app the Add New Device. You will need to scan the QR code located at the bottom of the Vision Connect hub to connect the LOCKLY Vision to the app. Once your smartphone is connected, check for important firmware updates or allow updates when prompted. Connect your LOCKLY Vision to your smartphone by adding a new device. Please observe this troubleshooting guide in regard to the various ways the LED indicator lights may blink during setup. Please observe this troubleshooting guide in regard to the various ways the LED indicator lights may blink during a firmware update. Congratulations, this concludes the installation of the LOCKLY Vision deadbolt.